Hello, hello everyone. Welcome to Little History and welcome to a new setup. Terralingua, thank you for the 7 months of Tier 1. Of Taurus and Terralingua, it's good to see you both. How are we doing tonight, chat? Everyone cozy? Everyone feeling good? Jakista, hello. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Hino. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Raptoris, you too. We're celebrating. Oh, heck. Camera? Camera's caught up. We're fine. We're celebrating. Thank you, Wolfie. Thank you for staying up late. It's good to see you. Through it all. But yeah. It's been a busy week, chat. Let me tell you. As you can tell, I've moved. So, enjoy the new backdrop, new setup, and worse internet connection. Apparently. Seriously, it was fine up until like 2 seconds ago. Is it gonna be fine? Is it gonna be chill? Cool. I fear my computer is being helpful. Chad, I worry my computer is being helpful and diverting resources from my camera, when my camera apparently desperately needs them. Heck. So it goes when you start a new thing. What can I do to help this out? I don't have a way to force it to stay active in the active window, so not really sure how much we'll be able to do. We're gonna try this. As long as it's in the front tab here, it seems to be perfectly stable. It's just when it doesn't that it's like, oh, let's optimize. Ah, Wolfie. Wolfie. Alright, so Wolfie, thank you for the gifted subs for the birthday, with 10 gifted subs to the community. So, to everyone who got those, congratulations. And enjoy the bonus emotes. Jakista, I think you're the only one around right this second, but have some emotes. Alright. Anyway. Camera troubles aside, we are gonna celebrate, by cataloging some books. Because what else would I do? Obviously. Yeah, I really just need to find a solution permanent, like, though. Got a potential idea we'll try before Sunday stream. It'll be a bit scuffed, but it might work. I can route it to a USB instead of trying to go over Wi-Fi, and that might help. So we're gonna try. And Desert Cryptid, thank you for the birthday wishes. Obviously, camera's a bit laggy, but we appreciate you being here anyway. Jan, how's everything else sounding with the new setup? Is audio and everything still sounding good? Because I have no... I didn't even do a test stream or anything. I was like, there's no troubleshooting, there's no attempting, we are just going. And it's gonna be cozy. Audio's good, we love that. Alright. So, anyway, here's the plan. I've got a few hours here, and so we are going to be just cataloging some books. If you missed last stream, the game we're playing today is called Book of Hours. It's by the same team that made Cultist Simulator and the Fallen London series. And Trissa, thank you so much. Yeah, Dino Dances. And it is unbelievably cozy. We are a librarian in the year 1936. and we inherited a library that we were told burned down. And it apparently did not burn down. It apparently did not burn down because the books are intact, which we love to see. And so we are just going around cataloging some books, helping some people, doing stuff. Reports of my library burning were greatly exaggerated. Exactly. And most importantly, we were just hanging out on the coast of Cornwall. What do you do for your job? Catalog books. And what do you do in your free time? Catalog books. I don't actually catalog books at my job currently. That may be changing before the end of the year. Camera? Camera, you good? Camera, you good? Camera's good. Okay, that may change before the end of the year. Right now I do circulations, so, you know, when those visitors come to the library, and they're like, hey, I need a book. I'm like, okay, here is where the book is. Here is what we can do for you. Yes. Thank you for giving the camera your energy. I'm afraid it needs it. We'll figure this out before next stream. Actually, let me switch over to the game, and then we'll see if I can quick change something to figure this out. I've got an idea. We'll see if it works. Okay? So, we're gonna click over here. Oops, that's not the game, that's the Excel spreadsheet. To the game. Twitch. To the game. Now, camera's gonna freeze for a second because I need to do some stuff. And you switch a setting, so camera might freeze for a moment and look generally wonky, but you'll still hear me while we're doing this. Are we playing Excel? I'm not a speedrunner of Excel. That being said, if we're going to be cataloging books, we may as well do it right. Right? Whoop, everything's freaking out. Don't worry about it. As I said, things are gonna look weird for a moment. Don't worry about it too much. Too much. You can still hear me. That part of it's still fine. I just need to reroute this to be a USB instead of a Wi-Fi connection. Alright, Wolfie. Have a good snooze. Good luck, safe travels. Since I don't need a controller for this game, I can plug that in there, and hopefully this will just make it work. It would be lovely if they just made it work. We're gonna see how this goes. It's a legend, thank you so much. We are doing some technical troubleshooting because what else would we want to do? Heck. We're trying some stuff. I don't know if this is gonna work, but we're gonna try. We're gonna try and switch this to a USB quick, so thank you all for sticking with me, and until then, just jam out. Right? Until then, we can just jam out with the very good soundtrack to this game. Nope. That is not working. Exactly. Chat gets it. I hoped that would work. Sadly, that did not seem to work. Boo. I'll have to troubleshoot that. So... in the meantime, let me get it switched back up to be, alive and active. We'll just deal with it being a bit laggy. Come on. Alright, there was an attempt. It wasn't necessarily a great attempt, but it was an attempt nonetheless. And now it's doing worse. How did it get to doing worse? Okay. Well, I'll just we'll leave it as a blanket apology for my camera, and we'll just hop into the game now, because frankly, that's as much troubleshooting as I can do while literally live. So here's hoping. Anyway. ZX, I'm sorry to hear that, but happy birthday to your dog anyway. Oh good, welcome back, librarian. Everything is remembered, Hush House endures. Now, I'll be honest, rule 1 of working with rare books is no food near the rare books. Luckily, these rare books are fictional. So, birthday cake. And by birthday cake, I mean mostly blackberry frosting. I'm not sure how much cupcake, how much is cupcake and how much is frosting, but it looks tasty. Oh. Yeah, that was 100% frosting. Happy birthday to me. Anyway, if you have not seen anything of this game, let me explain. Bedroom Master, thank you very much. Let me explain what we're looking at here. So, welcome to Cornwall. We are on a little teeny tiny island on the very edge of the coast of Cornwall. It's fictional, obviously, but with Brancroke Village, we have the Hush House, because it's a library. Obviously. That's what libraries do. They tell people to go shush. As we understand it, the history of this place is, it was an abbey. Until King Henry VIII stopped it being an abbey by force. And then it turned into the palatial complex of the Barons Brancroke and the De Wolfs. Granted Brancroke Isle in 1536 after the dissolution of St. Brandon's. They ruled for about 200 years, and then they stopped. And at that point, Hush House was turned into a curia, so the collection that is cared for via trust. That goes all the way through the 1800s into the 1900s. The camera really picks the best times to freeze, doesn't it? And then it mysteriously burned down in 1928, and it is now 1936, and we have been appointed a librarian. And so what we actually spend our days doing is either recruiting help to uncover more of the house, because this is the amount of house that we can use, and this is the amount of house that is left. How many mummies do they have on display in the main hallway at the time? I mean, you joke on the mummies, but medieval icon, Bishop's Crozier, late bronze bust of the first abbot, statue probably from Asia Minor, from the 2nd century, and another medieval statue. Also, this is apparently old, despite being clearly 20th century European sculpture. And don't worry about it. So no mummies yet. The other thing we do, though, right? We spend a lot of time exploring the house, trying to make things. But we are a librarian, and part of the problem of being a librarian is that you have to deal with books. And by problem, I mean perk of the job, depending on how you look at it. And so we actually have a library. In the 1930s, that sculpture would have been cutting edge, right? If it was Chinese, you could go as early as Tang Dynasty, because they have, painted, sedimentary rock sculptures. Sedimentary and igneous. I've seen both granite and sandstone, kind of weird abstract sculptures. But in Europe, that's contemporary as can be. Anyway, we have books. And when books are not cataloged, we only have a vague sense of what year they're probably from. Right, what period they're probably from. So we know that this looks like a book from the 16th century. This looks like a book from the 19th century. This looks like a book from the 20th century. We are not always right. But we can then read a book in order to catalog it. Once we catalog the book, we learn its title, we learn its author, we learn some other stuff. And then we have different mysteries attached to different stuff that we have to if we want to read the book, if we want to actually understand what the book says, we have to meet the mystery and the value. Mysteries are, of course, controlled by our parts of the soul. So this is talent for the Forge, this is talent for Knock. And so if you have a book with a mystery of Knock, which we've got one somewhere. If you got one somewhere, there's one. It's got a mystery of Knock. And so then you use things with Knock in order to meet the value of Knock, and then you read the book, and then you succeed. Aw, music's loud. We can turn down the music. Alright. Problem solving. When we do that, we get extra information about the book and its contents. And we get skills. Or we get lessons, actually. We get lessons, and you can turn the lessons into skills, and you can use the skills to read more difficult books. Where this gets really exciting, chat, is at the center of all of this is the Tree of Wisdoms. And the Tree of Wisdoms frickin' rules. Scholars and adepts recognize 9 wisdoms, but they disagree where one wisdom ends and another begins. Something for me to think about. Travel the Tree of Wisdoms to learn secrets and gain elements of the soul. So, there are skills, and you can apply the skills to various things, And as you level up in different, like, wisdoms, right? Illumination Hustria, Nyctodromia, Scolicosophia, the Bosk, Preservation, Birdsong, Horomachistria, and Ithostria. As you do these, right, you get various powers. And things level up, and that lets you read more books. And since we're a library and not a private collection, sometimes people show up. When those people show up, they're often related to specific things. So for right now, something in London. Someone got stabbed? ? It's not clear. Something spooky has happened in London, and some people have been traveled out here to ask us for help, see if our collections have anything useful. And so we have to do that. Is this just astral magic? It is Fallen London, so yes. It's Eldritch astral magic, but yes. Oh. Ooh, that's a good blackberry. That was a very... That was a very fresh, like, good blackberry. Good job, Bakery. Anyway. So that's most of what we do. Same creator as Fallen London, but not same universe. Really? There's been a lot... Is it the same universe as Cultist Simulator? Because there have been some things that very much seem like they are... Okay. Fair enough. So same universe as Cultist Simulator. I still got stabbed in not exclamation mark London. It's very good. And so we just hang out and we catalog books. And we have an old-timey reading desk and a not-so-old-timey reading desk. And it's very good. And also, 7th century manuscripts with jeweled covers. Like, this is such a good... This game is so chill. I am completely addicted. Now, because I am absolutely hopeless... I spoiled it earlier, but, turns out the game doesn't seem to have a catalog, per se. Right, you catalog books in that you learn the information a cataloger would be interested in. Title, author, date of composition, descriptive elements, some notes on contents, etc. It doesn't actually have all that information collated in one place, which is the physical catalog. Enter the fact that I am completely insufferable. And Jesse, thank you so much. I have the same birthday as Hatsune Miku. Truly a great honor right there. So, author, publication, period, mystery strength, got 1930s and the weird old books. Exactly. What else information do we need? Tally price. I guess we'll do tally format. Tally price. What else do we need? Oh my god, this is the most you thing I could possibly do? Exactly. Oh, content tags. And red yes/no. Alright. So, because I cannot let things be, we're gonna actually catalog these books. 26 enticements, 7 torments. Nope, 26. Alright. And... don't worry, this is very much a spreadsheet game. We on the Cult Sim server have made lots of them for various things. We love that. Don't worry, I was not worried. I was just gonna be like that. I have unfortunately not read this book yet, so I don't have more detail than that. So we don't actually know the author. We don't actually know the author. This is good. Niels Fredrik Malsker is a content tag. So we don't actually know that. We also don't know, we've lost the publication period. But that's Grail. And so we're gonna do that. We're gonna go Grail. Mystery Strength was, I believe, 24. No, 14. Luckily not that high. 14, format, codex, tally price is not known yet. Really? Tally price is unknown. Alright. Fair enough. Oh, language. Duh. That's important. PC. Tally price unknown. Niels Fredrik Malsker. Because I am too lazy to look up the thing. Red. No, so that's a 0. What other content tags are there? I guess, we're gonna go printing and graphic arts. Something like that, right? Since the book we are looking at here has Niels Fredrik Malsker. Oh, I should also say Torments. Series of paintings, but it's diagrams, so it's some kind of treatise with engravings. And off we go. Painting, Torment. Perfect. Book 1. You bet your piece that the Eldritch Monsters probably will not put on a 1930s musical, but you hold out hope that they'll have an old dark house campy mystery instead with the tone of The Lady Vanishes. Incredible. Alright. Finally. Just verse. Nope. Ellipoli, Christopher. Publication period is 1912. The relevant mystery is Rose. So it's Rose 6. Language is English. Format is Codex. Tally price is unknown. poetry, experimental, you know, this is cataloging, right? We are recording the information found in the frontispiece, the front title page, publisher info, that sort of stuff. And we are creating that in a spreadsheet where we can where we can actually reference it so that we do not have to browse through the shelves in order to find what we are looking for. That's the core point of what this is. Justice in Only or Justice in Righteous? I don't know. I have no idea. The Queens of the Rivers. Alright. That is by Monica Medina. Heck. People who have actually read, or people who remember this game better, what's the current period? It's, because that's contemporary. Because it's baronial, then it's Curia, and then what's the third one? That is just like super contemporary in the history of the library. Heck. Because we should use those, if we can. Nocturnal. Thank you. That was curious. Because I don't I don't think I'll ever need to be more specific than what the period is. Even though it says some other stuff. Anyway, scale is the mystery. Scale, strength, 4, language, English, format, codex, tally price, unknown, play, surreal, Medina. Red, yes, no, no. Yeah, it's not... So matters just so they don't line up to, like, global history. It's periods within the library's history. So the Nocturnal period is when the library has fallen into general disuse and obscurity. The baronial period is when the library is owned by the barons... De Wolf? De Wolf. So, yeah, it's tricksy. Nocturnal is when the library is a prison. Yeah. Alright. So, The Crossing to Noon. They said the author there is Sauri Garcia. I don't remember what period that's from, but that's okay. That's Moon 8. Exactly. It ended with the fire. Yep. And this is a new period. Excellent. Oh, duh. There's an entry on this I forgot to do. Conservation and restriction notes. Because turns out, we've got a small problem. No. Chat, let me show you. Is this really a book cataloging game? This is really a... The way I am playing this game, this is a book cataloging game. Is that where the game's going to continue to be? Nah. But you ask someone who works at a special collections library to not be the worst person, and fully indulge my own whims, and no, I refuse. I will always indulge these whims. So, anyway, you pronounced the best person wrong? Yeah, the tally price is just how much the return you pay to buy from Oriflammes. I mean, fair enough, but we'll keep it anyway. Gotcha, that's why some of them don't have it at all. That makes sense. Anyway. Still, it's on the list, so we'll simply not worry about it too much. So, these books have done crimes, and these books are therefore in book jail. An 18th century epic poem by the pseudonymous Solipsistos, the De Bellis Mororum, on the wars of mice, is infected with witchworms, tiny larvae with half-human faces. Fortunately, they rarely develop into their imago state, but even as larvae, their whispering can torment senses and distort thoughts. These can affect your shop and whist, and spread to nearby objects. You can remove them with a skill that's effective against infestations, and at least 7 winters. On the Wars of the Walls, I prefer to think that that's... I mean, you're correct. You're correct, that should be Moros Wall. I wish it was Moose Morus, though. Because if it was just Murum, it would actually be mice. But no, you are correct, and it is walls. And I mistranslated it. Anyway, it's infested with witchworms, and so it is in, book jail. And is that a telescope? Yes. Yes, it is. The other one, the Carbonac Schism. The Order of Oblivious, on the brink of schism, assembles in a bounds house identified only as Carbonac, after the Fisher King's castle of legend. There, the no and the long of the Order debate their long policy of non-involvement in, quote, matters of feather and scale. Also has witchworms. Also, anonymous gifter, thank you for giving Liz a tier 1 gifty sub. Mouse War, more or less vicious than the Emu War. More. Much more. So those guys are in jail. And so, you know, basically, if there are conservation notes that say, hey, it's in jail, don't give this to researchers because I don't trust them. We should put those in here. Anyway, Crossing to Noon has a whole bunch of content tags that we should put in, huh? Crossing to Noon. Bancroft. So, picaresque. We're gonna use that as a genre term even though that's dubious. Bancroft. The Leo-Biblical era? Uh-huh. So much for that one. Kittling, Ripe, and the Moldywarp's Grave. And other stories. A fantastic title, by the way. I just, actually, like, IRL at my job. Let's see if I can find, Let's see if I can find it. No, that's not the play. There it is. How delayed is this? Oh gosh. Stream is like ages behind, isn't it? Oh boy. Anyway, The Merry Thought, or The Glass Window and the Bog House is an actual book that I saw at my actual job. Not very long, like, yesterday. So, you know, there being a book called Kitling Ripe and the Moldy Warp's Grave, it just works. Okay, wow, that could be totally be an SH Verse book. I'm telling ya. I'm telling ya. Also, shoutouts to the pseudonym Hurlo Thrumbo for being the greatest D&D name invented 300 years before the game D&D. Hurlo Thrumbo sounds like a hobbit? True. Let's see. Mystery is Moth, and Strength is 6, so... 6, English, Codex, Miscellany, Children's. Hurlo Thrumbo is a hobbit. Seems good to me. Alright. Distillations of Spirit. Oh. I don't need that. Hardly a respectable hobbit to be publishing such a nonsensical book. Now. Someone must entertain the little ones. And they can't have that upstart Baggins doing it. Imagine. I mean, yes, he's got good stories, but he's hardly less respectable. Distillations of Spirit, another book. Oh. Distillations of Spirit. What was that? But Sir Thomas Brown's Reflexion pseudonym. Yes, that is how I am putting the author. Don't worry about it. It's what it says. Oh wait, that's... Sorry, it's actually The Debate of Seven Cups is the title. And what is the... Moth, Strength 10. Milky, thank you. You have to go, but you've been watching the VODs in your free time? Well, it's lovely to have you watching the VODs. Hopefully you can make it live sometime. I'm glad you've been enjoying it though, and thank you for stopping by. The music's chill. This game's chill. Alright. Chat, I think that's enough to get started. Congrats on the level up. Thank you. I think that's enough for us to at least pretend to get started. I'll have to do some off-camera time, I think, to get it all cataloged, because, you know, you really don't want me spending all 3 hours just cataloging what we've already got. But here's the deal. Don't let me forget. Actually, I've got an idea. Please hold. We're adding a channel point. We are adding a channel point redemption. So, if you check your channel rewards, or your channel points, there should be a redemption to make me catalog something in my backlog. Because we do have a backlog, and it's pretty substantial. And, you know, please don't spam this so we can actually play the game, but we will work towards creating a, finishing up our backlog of things. And until then, we're just gonna start trying to create new books and find new things. Well, that's rough. We've got a bunch of rooms that we can open up. The Ruinous Hall. This place was bright and busy once. It can be again. But to make it so, it'll be grueling work to make it so, not suitable work for a librarian. Reeking Chamber. This room reeks like a rotting reptile. The curtains ripple restlessly with the watchful presences that Van Loren left behind. Perhaps I can find someone to sing them to sleep. A tarnished brass sign on the door clearly reads smoking room. Rags of very old smoke sway restlessly, hazing the room beyond. What remains of the protections Van Loren once placed in it. And yet, still, no sign of a fire. Grand Ascent, second floor. It is unexpectedly difficult to raise my foot to the last step before the landing. Leaf shadows drift across my sight, and the windows hiss and rattle. I have heard that Gervinus Van Loren, last librarian before me, was skilled at the forbidding of ways. Gloomy room. The window of this room is coated thickly with black paint. A little light seeps through, otherwise the room is dark. Very faintly I can still smell rotting meat. The room above might have once been some sort of lounge, but the furniture and equipment has been smashed and overturned, the walls are streaked with mildew. An unlovely smell wafts from farther above. That's a good cupcake. So, in order to do this, we must have assistants, and our assistants must all told add up to either 5 forge or 5 lantern. Now luckily, lantern is something we are very good at. I don't know that we're good enough at it, but we'll try. Let's get some time going first. Oh, by the way, we're buying a new book too. Alright, today it is cloudy. Which means we can use that to get a +1 moon or a +1 moth on something. Which is not a ton. I'll be real. That's not a lot. I really need to wait for like spicier time. Like if I get spicy weather, that's going to give us a bigger boost to stuff. In the interim, suppose let's take a look at these. Challenges, once you've committed a skill to the Horomachistry. Have we equipped anything for those? What are your thoughts on gameplay tips? So, the general rule is exclamation mark spoilers in chat. Right. Basically, since this is not really a narrative heavy, or not really a, like, execution heavy game, if I'm just, like, muddling around doing stuff, having a good time, let me cook. If it's clear that I've completely missed the mechanic, feel free to give me some pointers. Like, for instance, like last time, I did not know you could examine objects. Even though that's obvious, like, super intuitive and obvious. So, you know, getting reminded of that makes sense. Telling me what, like, what I'm gonna get, what's worth doing, please don't do that, let me faff around. This game doesn't have time pressure. Much. Usually. Kind of. Have we equipped anything to Horo Macastry? I feel like we haven't. No, we have not. That was all I was trying to check. Or here, can do just something. You know, let's just get time going. Speaking of examining stuff. Examining stuff takes soul cards, so, you have to do that. In the meantime, we're also, I mean, we've got plenty of cash right now, but we're gonna get some cash. Let's actually... We've got some people with Forge, we've got people with Lantern too. Let's actually... see if we can find someone helpful here. Because that's a possibility. Right, there's a chance we'll just get someone really strong, and then we can work with them to do good stuff. A Henry Moore piece. Perhaps a genuine one. Cool, so maybe that is actually contemporary. The eye sees more than the heart knows. That gives us another lantern, which is great. Cool. We'll collect all those, and then we get tired. If we are worn out and tired, we can take a nap and drink something in order to make it better. But, there's no guarantee that'll actually be accomplished. And this is all done, so let's see. Passing by. A poet. Yoink. Then let's talk to you. And how much is... We're gonna see if hiring him was worth our time at all. It was not. Sky and Winter and Moth. Well, let's see if we can undo it, or we can do anything with that. That's Gale and Heart. That's Sky 6. Winter 5. If I can up Winter one more, we can unlock that. Heck, let me do that. Grail and Heart. Heart and Edge. You can up Moon and Moth. That's not helpful. That's not helpful. Have anything good for that? Crap. That's Sky, that's not Winter. I don't think I have any Winter. I don't think I have a way to boost Winter right now. Which origin did you start with? Shaft. Or no, sorry. Which origin? I was running from something. My soul started with Shaft. I don't remember which journal. Or which exact origin I chose. Alright, those are words I don't know, so those are words that I either do not remember or did not know, so This is a book cataloging game. There's definitely not, like, personal attributes attached to it. I don't know what you're talking about. Anywho. How am I going to improve winter? Like... Because that requires collaboration. Oh, I can give you beverages. Oh, I can give you lots of stuff. Oh, I can give you so much stuff. That makes so much more sense. So if I give you that, that'll get that up to 5. And when I get that up to 5, I can then use that to open a door. We're learning. Why did Eva de Braus, the widow of a Marcher Lord from much further north, take such an interest in St. Brandon's? There are stories. Such a good 13th century statue. Like, excellent stuff right there. And now you can go there and unlock that, and that's good. And also, thank you. Yoink. Well, that's going on a shelf. Which shelf? I don't know. It's going to go on one of them. Exactly. Right, for being a fictional universe, or being a fictional world, it's a fictional world that's about that close to reality. Nice work. We have a new person. Niche with a plaque who brought a key long lost. Cooperative. No trouble at all. At least not just now. More edge or forge or knock. Well, there's so many good ways I can do that. Well, that's easy. Getting up to good forge should not be hard at all, because I can use shop or I can use metal. No, yes. I can use metal with the blacksmith, and then that's up to enough right there. Easy. Easy, easy, easy. We'll earn some cash back, and we'll call it a day. Why do I have plain paper there? Huh. Mysterious. Oh. Man, I enjoy this game so much. Also, this needs guidance with either 2 moon or 2 winter. Well, that's another thing I can do when at some point soon, huh? How am I going to do that? I guess I'll have to probably hire someone and hope they have winter again. Because that's... Winter is far and away, like, thus far my worst mystery that comes up regularly. But let's see, first of all, if the weather is more exciting. The weather is just more clouds. That's quite the opposite of exciting. Cool. You. We are going to... do that, do that. Then we're gonna do that, one of them. And we are going to do something. We're going to plant something in the garden plot? I don't know that that's going to work. Oh, it has to be heart. And nectar. Well, never mind. The idea of planting something in the garden plot was a good idea, but we did immediately bork it, so, never mind. Alright, then we're gonna go to you. You have 2 forge. Guess what? I have 2 metal. And that creates 4 forge, and 4 forge equals a new room. This game is delightful. I'm gonna be real with you. It's just so chill. What's not to love about it? You've got 3 edge. Well, fine. Then we will commit to unlocking the thing I was planning on unlocking, I guess. Passing by a poet. Alright, Mr. Poet. What have you got for me? Whoop. More winter. Which is fine, because that means you can guide... Oh. I have to finish unlocking the other room first, but that's fine. The uncovering of new rooms. Well, another new room. By long tradition, each Bear and Browncroak had their image set in a niche in the Grand Descent. Later, the Curia of the Isle continued the tradition for their librarians. 9th librarian. It just keeps going. This was an alchemist workshop at the picture gallery, but the pictures have been flung down, the vessels overturned, the solvents and reagents spilt. Be time consuming and dangerous to repair. Requires a lot of forge. Wow. What's in the box? I mean, lots of stuff, apparently. Also, hi, Ark of the Conclave. How are you doing? Unquenchable vitality. Cool, we can give them, a plant. We cannot give them that. Comfort. Comfort. What do we want to deal with that? We can do lantern, or we can do that. Or you can do that. I guess we could do that. It doesn't change anything, but we could do it. Two, 5, 6. 6 of those creates an iron growl. Let's see what an iron growl actually is. You don't have work for the next 4 days. Well, that's very pleasant. Whoop. Something unlocked. The Crowcross Sands. Cool. Can be that. I don't have any relevant knowledge, so, that's a problem. We get an iron growl. The substance of the substance is difficult to resolve, almost as if it weren't there at all. Wait, I want to know what that does? It gives a liquid. It makes me a beverage and it improves mood. Well, I guess it's a way to get winter. And a new day is sunny. And sunny is 2 lantern. Alright, so we have this is a good day if we have anything that relies on getting lantern. Because we have a lot of ways to stack that. 5. 5 lantern. Can I stack lantern high enough? There's a couple of things that rely on getting 5 lantern. I know I can get 4 pretty easily. I just don't know if I can get 5. Do you want to drink an illusory dark gray color? Absolutely, yes. Does that make sense? No. Are we going to do it anyway? Absolutely. Alright, we'll collect that, because we can. And you require scale, heart, or other, and a skill that's about any of those things. You know, the skills I definitely have. Definitely. You come with 2. Ah, boo. Yeah, I don't have a way to boost it. I don't have a way to boost his stats enough to be relevant. Unfortunately, a sunny day apparently is not sufficiently sunny. No. Oh, no. So instead we shall also see who's looking for employment. A musician. Mr. Musician. Let's see if you've got anything. There is a puffin down by the seal, and it is, for the record, it is perfect. Let me be very clear. It's perfect. The boy. There are 0 thoughts inside that head. This one, there are thoughts in there in its head, and it knows what you did. You have a bunch of nectar. Do I have a bunch of nectar? Or sky? I can do a bunch of sky. Ah, this poor guy. Shoutouts to the traveling musician who came in here looking for, you know, stuff to do, people to meet, a good time to be had. I was instead going to be cleaning out a reeking room all day. It was a good attempt. Like, poor guy. You actually tell a specific instance of that exact thing happening in your musician family life. That's hilarious. I mean, that's also a tiny bit depressing, but it's the 1930s, baby. Hilarious and depressing is the name of the game. I probably should have done something else with my day, but frankly, I'm good with it being chill. Aren't we simply? Mazarine! Kitty's pride and the house's joy. Kitty Mazarine was better known for her vocal compositions, but she was a versatile musician, and on winter evenings she'd invite visitors and villagers alike to her recitals. Oh my god, she has so many instruments! It's perfect. Frankly, it's perfect. Rose and sky. Okay, but like I can play the timpani. Challenges evolve via preservation. Celebrate the god of joy with your own joy, the Bake. The skin of these drums was the skin of something rare. Dulcimer, Sid. That up here, I think is a banjo. That's a type of zither. That could be another dulcimer though. I prefer thinking this one's a zither. We got a euphonium. We've got a paired string, so mandolin maybe? A cello, another drum, and a recorder. And is that a serpentine? No. It's another pseudo. It's another like pseudo brass though. Where it's got that is keyed and has a reed, but is otherwise a brass instrument. So, like a precursor to a saxophone. That's a tiny accordion and a harp and a good cello. I guess that's supposed to be a viola then. Because that's not a violin. That's too fat. Good room. Big fan. Rose Haunted Hall. Gee, I wonder if it takes it does not take rose. It takes nectar and grail. Well. The fact that it plays music is just phenomenal. I'm such a fan. We can plant something. Maybe. I don't know that we have the right knowledge type. We don't have any of the right knowledges. I have completely failed to get decent, good knowledge to, garden, or walk the moors, or walk the beaches, or do much of anything, actually. You know what I'm good at? Hopefully, maybe. Maybe. Definitely. Reading books. As long as they're very specific types of books. If light were not silent, it would be music. If music were visible, it would be light. Each day's light, Turok suggests, is faintly touched by the light of every past day. So in the light of every present day, we may begin to understand something of days to come. At least this appears to be his conclusion, but he stops mid-sentence. Apparently I've lost patience with the act of writing. Or possibly been ambushed. And that mystery is about to go disappear. Look at that mystery go, poof. Give me new weather. It's still sunny. Alright, that's great for us to do lantern and sky, and bad for everything else. Luckily, this one's sky. So, first thing. What's the relevant soul? Do I not have a sky? No, a Faust. And what's inspiration? A memory. Interesting. Memory. Aural content. Oh. That's not a relevant skill. That's a relevant skill. I can create stuff if I do this. And I don't have an inspiration. I used it already. That's okay. We'll see what that creates. Piano chords. I knew crafting existed, I just haven't found an application for crafting. Cause I mean, I'm gonna be real with you. Those aren't super impressive stats for the Deerday lens to come up with. Like those aren't super impressive. Have fun making another spreadsheet for all the recipes? I could have opened the smoking room really... No, I couldn't have, because I don't have a way to get to 5. I have so many ways to get to so many things, but not to get to 5. And we got... Refulgent. A white Sapura remains visible even in utter darkness, like the moon. Or an insistent cat. Because that builds that by 1, that builds that by 1. Unless if some of these beverages offer something. We're currently a bit low on drinks, though. I'm gonna be real. Unless if there's stuff up here with all the whiskey. The whiskey is good for heart and neck. Hi. I don't want anything to do with it. Not a thing. Okay. Sacrament Malachite. Amethyst Ampule. Does anyone take moth? Any explorations take moth here? No? No. 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 Definitely no. Well, huh. I guess in the absence of other stuff to do, let's earn ourselves some cash. Because that seems important. And let's also look for another book that we can read. You've mastered this one. Mystery Sky. Do I have a way to do that? I feel like I do. No. No, I did not. Scale, I don't have a way to do, even though it's easy. No, certainly don't have a way to do that. Absolutely not. I'm afraid I've mastered all the lanterns. I can do knock, probably. Let's see if I can get up there. Let's try that. The Elations of Limitlessness. Yeah, I know I can click on them. Well, that kind of worked. If you're lucky, you might still succeed. I don't have better things to do right now, so let's try and get lucky. And not get, you know, cursed. But yes. They are at weird posters. Honestly, that's a lot of attempts. I'll be real with you. The mysteries in this have defeated me. For now. Memory. Regret. Oh! Did my element of the soul get, no, like, eaten up? That was rude of it. I suppose that's why you don't try and get lucky, huh? Because the aspect of the soul that I used for that is just gone. The art is from Cultist Sim. That explains why it is clearly concept art. Oh. More incidents in the incident. Anyway, what's the weather like today? Still sunny. Wow. For being in Cornwall, we had 3 sunny days in a row. I don't believe it. Game fake. Bad game. 0 out of 10. Can we get rid of the horrifying doll? Please? Please. I'd love if we could not have the doll. Oh, there it is. The doors of my soul have opened too wide, every sound rings like a bell, every word scratches at my eyes or skin. Acoustics of the malady of the soul in which the door shaft cannot be closed. A defeat with additional knock is present makes shaft vulnerable to acoustics. I don't like that news. Shaft has become scrungled. It is scrungly shaft. Which makes it kind of freaking use. Oh. Cured with winter. Bed rest, something cold to drink, and at least that much winter aspect. Guess what I don't have any of? Really gotta figure that part of it out. Gotta get a good way to get some winter. So you've got heart and a little bit of grail. Can I get 3 more grail from anything in the room right now? Just something around. Just anything around. Anything in here. Just one thing. I'm just looking. No? Please? Just a little bit. I'm begging. Can I ask nicely, game? That's 1 grail. That's not enough grail. I need like 3 grail. Sadly, the answer appears to be... Cursed souls don't exhaust when you use them. That is handy. That's hard. And also a lot. Well, the idea was good. It has regrettably completely failed though. So if I can't do... I don't have a way to get up to enough, well, anything to do what I need to. So, I mean, it's 1 knock, which is fine. Check in the infirmary? That's hard. I guess that's 2 grail. I need 3. That's 2 grail. I still need 3. That's 4. That's 4 grail. That's exactly what I needed. Congratulations, you're getting very drunk. Get excited. Oh good, someone is now en route to Hush House. What? Yeah. Okay. So. Visitor. On the matter of the affair of the Open Referent. She understands Erica Payne. She understands Greek, as do I. Understands Kernelek Henevek. Understands the Trigon language well enough to read or teach it. Understands Latin. Interested in winter, interested in moon. So I want to talk to you about that. You need... winter? You need winter. Okay, well. That can be arranged. I'm a novice in these matters, but I'm coming to realize that most of us are novices most of the time. So I hope you have something suitable in your collection. You are in good news. Oh. It's really a mistake. This text is of no use to them. Oh no. This is why you have to catalog stuff. Because I missed that it was... I can't imagine how anyone might begin to heal his flesh, but if he decides he wants to speak with me, I have some inkling now of what I might need to understand. Thank you. Hooray. That was good progress. Oh, can't use it there. Ha! I also have no books. Right, I need Spintria, but equally importantly, I have no books in Kernowek. So... you know, it's a problem. In this room, the accursed of the Great War gathered to recuperate. Those who had suffered something no more horrible, but somewhat more mysterious than the war's usual wounds to body and spirit. An interruption of worms, perhaps, or the risks at the military end of Suppression Bureau activities. Among them were minor luminaries of the invisible world, Christopher Illipoli, Zachary Wakefield, Harvey Haddington, but not Brian Levinson, who had been ninth librarian, and under whose tenure the infirmary had flourished. He enlisted. He served for a time as a medical officer on the Western Front. His body was never found. A projector. Governor Kohler's had this installed in the 20s as a treat for prisoners allowed to recover in the infirmary. Or so he said. Rumor had he was a Secret Kingdom fan. Magistrissa, I've got great news for you. I didn't want to motor all the way up to Exeter to see the latest feature. Fucking Buster Keaton confirmed in this universe. Chat. If you've only seen little snippets, like, GIFs of Buster Keaton films, go watch some Buster Keaton films. Because Buster Keaton... genuinely extremely funny. And also, you know, terrifying, death-defying, everything. But, also very funny. And it's sunny. I don't have any films. So I don't know what this will do. It'll create a... oh, that will just create another... there's another Iron Grau. That doesn't really create anything super helpful, huh? Uh-huh. And it winds down. Oh, the sound design in this is so good. The sound of this is... the sound design is just so charming. And we got a bronze Spintria. And we have a new thing which needs Moth. Moth is easy for us to get. Maybe. Yes. Moth is very easy for us to get. We don't need to worry about that. We just need to recruit someone for help, and then we have a drink that will let us open up that in the Motley Tower. find someone suitably qualified to deal with them. And by suitably qualified, I mean alcohol. That's going to be my solution to that, because I have something that just gives 6 moth. So I can just do that instead. Boop. There is a catalog book there. I did see it. But we want to wait for the new day, because otherwise I'm just going to, like, lose a guy. Well, actually, you know what's perfect for this? Oh. Never mind. You can't use Maledied stuff for it. Then we shall wait until the new day. First thing in the new day, though. We are cataloging a book. You can do that if you use a desk. See, this is the smart stuff there. We've got plenty of desks. I can... Are you sure? Oh, the desk has to take knock. Gotcha. This makes sense. Never mind for now. Well, fair enough. The new day is coming soon. And we shall unlock a room, which is full of paintings. Oh, look at how my paintings are in the— oh god. That's... I see. The Cubists and the Surrealists appear to have gotten a hold of us. And I should also chat, don't let me forget, this one is Nocturnal. Okay? This one's Nocturnal. So when it asks us for what period this is from... oh, it's cloudy again. When it asks us what period this is from, we're gonna say Nocturnal. And go. In the infirmary, there is a guy. There's a guy? That guy. Yeah. So we're gonna go collaborate. Rector. Collaborate with... some alcohol. Okay. That is fatigued. And it's a new acquisition, sort of, which means recordings from the Alphaban Abyss. The author is... I love how you're giving the repressed rector a drink so alcoholic it has 6 moth. Look, don't worry about it. Nothing bad will possibly happen. Zavistovsky. Alright. Nope. Zawistovsky. What was her first name? Juliana. The mystery of that is Scale. Four. Photograph record. Baghdad entomology occult. It's not. Is it not English? Did I? Oh, you're correct. Why don't we try that again, yeah? The much spookier. Deep Endaic. There we go. And guess what? That makes me super happy. That makes me super happy because, you know, phonograph records. Of course there should be phonograph records in contemporary special collections because audio-visual media are a very important part of the whole thing. Like, absolutely 100% yes to having audiovisual materials. Unfortunately, audiovisual materials have an annoying habit of being fragile as hell. Have fun trying to find a photograph? Don't worry about that. That's Future Us's problem. That is what we call absolutely 100% Future Us's problem. That being said, IRL, good luck finding something that can actually play a phonograph record. We have this problem at the library I work at with VHS tapes. There's only one VCR in the entire library system that still works. So you have to actually, like, we have to schlep something over if someone ever... Well, we just don't let people watch the VHS tapes in general, but, you know, theoretically, we would have to run something over from our secured reading room to the not secure spot with the VCR in order to actually do that. Because preservation... Preservation whomst? I mean, we're even running into that with our microfilm, is that our microfilm reader has been acting up. And there's a whole bunch of our materials that have only been digitized through microfilm. And so, you know, digitized is a bit of a... overstatement? Misnomer? Something. Reformatted into microfilm. Microfilm's terrible. No one has a good time using microfilm. And yet, there was a chunk of time where it was the cutting edge of storage preservation. And then it sucked. And then it fades. And then it's bloody useless. Ooh! A red glazed chinoiserie. A fake French porcelain glass. Urn of ashes. Some poor soul who probably wouldn't mind if they're repurposed for a worthy experiment. I probably wouldn't. 1937 Fox Wildfire, your beloved. Uh-huh. An Ink of Power. Exciting. A Twilight Paw. Oh, look at him. He's a bat. Look at the bat, chat. He's a friend. Who grimaces gleefully. Holiest Hemolymph. Firoza Blake claimed that she first synthesized this from her own tears She was almost certainly lying. A russet couch. An elegant sunburst lamp. Why? Sniff, sniff, sniff. Yes, apparently good point. Snip, snip, snip. Love in a Quiet Place. One of Dr. Levinson's prefigures, a close and impossible copy of a painting made 20 years later by Kirchner, whose work Levinson often anticipated in his mirror dreams. Committing future plagiarism. Red Blue. It's a decent copy of a Picasso. Painted 20 years before Picasso painted the original. Brian Levinson up to his tricks again. To Be Fruitful. Another Picasso. Another Kirchner. To Hear Those Voices. A Levinson prefigure, a copy of a painting that would not be committed to canvas by the real artist for 20 years. He signed it with the Illumination mark and dated it 1958. Mr. Levinson, could you not? Oh good, I can just make him drunk again. Wait, I have great news, chat. Remember that making our friend the repressed rector extremely drunk? Guess what? Oh, where was it? I know I've got another bottle of it. I know I have another one. There you are. I sure have more skin shock. And we got another house. The Motley Tower Dispensary. This room may originally have served as a working dispensary, but some of its at least more eccentric fittings were added by Christopher Illipoli in his time here. At that point, he'd severed ties with his adopted father. He'd been using the Illipoli name for years and had no access to the Strathcoin fortune. But traveling at night had sold surprisingly well, much better than his poetry. He had a little money of his own by then, enough to indulge his preferences. This is worse! Spice scales. Domaine Raveline. The Ravelines abound their land, yet somehow someone is still making this wine. Hey look! There's a desk that uses knock. The smell of cat wing puts off vermin is very difficult to read in sunlight, an ink of containment. Far too cold to ever melt in anything but the hardest noonday sun, it will very gradually consume human flesh. Now! cranial tchotchke. We all of us come to this condition in the end, but not all of us are fortunate enough to be lovingly buffed and fit carefully to a stylish wooden stand. Damn it! You're right. That's something else. Heck. Egg. A glinting cranial tchotchke. A liquid. A pigment. There's so many things I can do now. Oh, good lord. Nice. True blood of St. Januarius. And did I mention a lot of books? Well. That's a lot of books. And there's another room up here. Spencer has so many crafting ingredients. Exactly. Not that I really know how to do anything with it, but we'll figure that out. So we need a matter. So that has to be a flower or remains. And that has to be fuel, a liquid, or remains. I understand. Okay. So. Annoyingly though, I mean, it also just makes sense, right? This is when you unlock. Right, you can't do a whole lot with any of the materials until you have the lab to do it. So, it makes some sense that we are waiting. That being said, it's time. We have unlocked, potentially unlocked stuff. So now it's a matter of, finding all the appropriate stuff. Look, it's a snoodle jar. It's a distilling jar. It's... I thought it was fine. Crush. Nice. So, do we have... We can't put a tool in there. Huh. Huh. Let's zip through the night, and off we go. Top shelf on the right? Oh yeah, okay. It still is a distilling jar. But, snootlery. Calcination, purification, and alteration. And snootlery. Do I want to know what you're selling? I can't afford it. Oh no. I can't afford it. That's so expensive. Well, so it goes. Shoutouts to the antiquarian book industry for being like that. What do I need to do that? 6 hearts, 6 sky. I don't know. I don't know how much I'll be able to do here. Because the problem right now is actually that I don't have any flowers. I mean, I can obviously try and do stuff in other ways. Catalog a book. A good call. Let's catalog a book. Curia period, nocturnal period. You're old. Baronial. Oh, I can't do that. Do you have nectar? You do have nectar. Okay. You also have moth. So, moth. Moth. That's a substance, but I don't have flour or remains. And you don't count as a remain, you count as in other stuff. Someone's ashes? Nope, that's not someone's ashes. Someone's ashes. That's not actually at all helpful, for the record. I already have enough to create a Tanglebrag. We are now cataloging a book. And who knows what we'll come up with at the end of it. Let's find out. We have A. True. History. Nope. Typing is hard. Of. Valentine. The wolf. The wolf. Valentine. Publication period. Baronial. Alright. Sky and 6. Sky 6. Language unsaid, so English, and it is a codex. What was the other thing in the description? Exotic veterinary medicine. Zero. Conservation notes. None. The book has been cataloged. Not that I know what we're gonna do with it, but it's been cataloged. I can now go somewhere. Once it's all cataloged, we can spend like an hour and a half just arranging it. That's Future Us's problem. Now I don't know how I can get up to a bunch of edge. Lantern. I need a really good weather day. Because I'm sorry, Cloud D just isn't it. I could probably do some stuff with some of the materials in here. Overall, 1 lantern, 2 moth, nectar, your material. We're gonna catalog more books because I'm a bit late in the day already for trying to hire someone. We're gonna catalog another book. This one is Curia period, so it is 1800s probably. Exotic veterinary medicine sounds like your day earlier. Oh no! That sounds ominous. And unfortunately, the antiquarian book market has betrayed us by being wildly out of our price point, because we are a very poor institution, even in the realm of ghost money. And the book is Operations of a Certain Finality. Nope. Operations of a Certain Finality. Sundering. Short Links was too feisty. To be fair, that expensive book is a language you don't know anywhere. So? Why has that stopped us? Good lord. Cool. Anonymous. Mystery appears to be winter. Looked like it was 8. Yes. The language is English. It's a codex. Alright, now the actual description. The work of an anonymous adept who violently despised the invisible Serapeum, the library of the Watchman's Tree in Alexandria. Okay. Watchman's Tree. Cool. Another book has been cataloged. Well, while we're here, let's go for 3. What was that big? Cool. And another one. Say, don't we have him somewhere? That's Walter the Wolf. I don't have a relevant skill, do I? Ah. Stab it. No? Those don't seem to be very helpful, huh? Alright, alright. Anyway. I realized that was not there the whole time. And now we'll make it go away again. Fourth. Aaron. I think this is a misclassification. Right, I think it lied to us when it said this was a Curia period book. That being said, that's not actually a guarantee, because later editions are a thing. And, Winter, 8, and in English, and 2. English, Codex, 2. Zero, none. Hooray! Oh heck, we have overfilled our space. Please don't get deposited there randomly. That's not a good place for you to be. We've got plenty of bookshelf. Do something with it. Okay. Good day, good day. I am thoroughly enjoying the ability to just kind of hang out. I would love to, you know, have other options, do other things. Never too many books, always too few bookshelves. This is the way. But right now we've got plenty of bookshelves. Sunny. Sunny gives 2 sky. What's up with all this nice weather? Chad, I've been looking for a real stonker of a rainstorm to help us get some other stuff going. What can I do with some... How can I get edge up? Metal is 1 edge. Arab is 1 edge. Neither of those are super helpful. Dispensary, do you have anything edgy? Got some things with scale, which is good, because I've been, broadly speaking, low on those. Edge. That's a remain. So I can't brew a lot with that, but that is a remain, and that's good to know. Desiccated witchworms. You're fascinated by how weather affects what you can get? It's so good. It makes me so happy. The problem is, I can't stack them up into one thing particularly well. Like, I guess I can try and do something here. So you have to be a flower or a remains. If I do a remains, that's worth edge. But I don't think you actually like edge that much. And those can just be just about anything. Lenses, tools, Memories. More memories. And you want sky for the most part, which I don't have a lot of. Faust, which is one sky. Like, that's just one sky. So I can do that. I can do that, and that brings me up to 3 sky. And this brings me up to 1, which creates another Deer Day lens. That's Refulgent, which I already have one of right there. I guess I could throw in one of these lenses. And that's now 8. And Faust would create... What would this give me? Oh, that just doesn't work. You can be an element of the soul, a lens, or a tool. I've got another tool here, don't I? A miroscope worth 1. That's not enough. Come on. Fine, another Faust it is. Scar level that plus glass creates Ichor Vitreous. Well, don't mind if I do. Cool. Let's try and recruit someone then. And we'll see what happens. We'll just see what happens. And it'll be a good time. Another musician. I meet so many musicians. A Florin. There you go. A traveling musician's... I'm just some irritating Latin ginger kid from Cornwall who should have been locked up. I just managed to escape and blag it into music. Nectar and Rose. Interesting. That's a bunch of nectar. Could go straight on in. 5 Rose. Can I up my Rose by 1? Do I have anything that can easily up my Rose by 1? Yeah, that's 2. That's perfect. Musician's assistant plus you should create 6 Rose. We love when that happens. That's another room for me. And that gives us that back and Ichor Vitreous, which is going to be a liquid and a pigment that we can collect into stuff. Which is cool. Don't really know what we're gonna do with that, but we'll figure something out. This is like, that's like a whole other game. I'm gonna be real, this uncovering stuff, that's like a whole different game that just happens to be connected to this, to the book cataloging game. So what can I try here? We could try one of these, which is fine. For a scholar... for a scholar level thing, we would need 10 of you. This is... right, the Ichor Vitreous is all about... Oh, interesting. I can use knock there. What does that do? What does that do for me? Let's get witch worms. Doesn't matter. as a relevant substance. Add one of these. It's a relevant skill. But one of those. That's 8. And that gets me so close. That gets me so close. I would really want to get up to 10. Is there one that gives me more than that? No? That's 3. So this is a maybe. Sorry, Edict's Liminal. Irrelevant substance, that's 5. That's 7. Nope. Unless if there's a remains that has a lot more oomph than I do. I'll have a way to clear that. It was a good try, though. Right, good try. We'll see what's in the new room. In the days of the wolves, this chamber was reserved for the heir of the house that was originally furnished for Hafren, the woman of uncertain lineage who became Baron Volter's mother and bequeathed her unusual pale eyes and hair to Volter and his descendants. Abduction, salvation. Either interpretation is plausible. Interesting. Ooh, moth orchid scented candle. And a regular candle. Cozy nightlight. Veiled Goddess Laugh Song So Shong. Named for an enigmatic minor deity whose charge is the healing of burns. A chimeric larva. Why is beast when it moves and it's not the wind and it's not a... Why do we have... What? Why? And a bed. So say the one that's fatigued. Tragic. Really? I don't have... Okay, it has to be Grail. Which, you know. Is the one that's fatigued. Tragic. Anyway. Effort. I want to see what this does. Because I think this will be fun. Let's see. What does it tell us about it? The sculpture is signed SB. Memory touch. Worth 1 forge. Alright, so while I've got it, what skills or what tables use forge? Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Wow, we're 0 for very many right now. Yep. The answer was, of course, none of them. So, please enjoy this memory of touch. We shall forget it very quickly. I just want to walk out into the moor, but I can only do that with a skill. And with a skill about heart, rose, or scale. Problem is, I'm generally very bad. You know, I'm realizing I'm very stupid. And that all these things that I am trying to give to other people to help out, I can almost certainly use on myself. Oh good, rain. It's worth Grail. Grail and Nectar, right? Yeah, Grail and Nectar. What can I use those for? I can probably do a fair amount with Nectar in particular. Health is Nectar? Health is Nectar. Do I not have a relevant skill? I feel like I super don't. Oh. Interesting. For apprentice level Nectar recipe, provide 5 Nectar. None of those are helpful. How about in our tonics? That's a lot of heart. That's a lot of forge. That's a lot of knock. Give me Nectar. No? Not even a little bit? That's 1. That's not enough Nectar. Honestly. That looks promising. Ugh, I'm 1 short. Oh. Never mind, that's 10. Nothing comes to mind. Unfortunately, that's the only skill I have that's relevant, I believe. Well, unfortunate. It was a good attempt. Oh, there's Musgrave the Wolf. I happen to know he's the 4th Baron de Wolf now. Or 4th Baron Bancroft, I should say. He's here. He needs to go there. Okay, well. Let's hire someone. And then we'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do with that. Because while I am having a great time just wandering around, a consulting engineer? I'm having a great time wandering around, but at the same time, having more things is good. What can we do with a big forge chunk? But that seems to be the only thing you're particularly good at, right? Is forge? Forge, lantern, sky. Well, okay. Fair enough. Forge 6. Do I have a way to get up to Forge 6? I do. Alright. Start. Let's see what's hiding in this room. In the smoking room. Nope, that's the wimpier one. Sorry, in the despoiled laboratory. That's what you thought you were going to use your engineering degree for, right? Right. Right. I don't have anything to send, I guess, because that has to be... Whoa. Oh gosh. This room is terrifying. The Flood Gallery. Fears of Blake, 7th librarian of the house, extended this space, filling it with semi-precious materials, and filling it with the finest art Hush House's money could buy. Of course, after her enthusiasm brought the brink to the house to the brink of penury, much of it had to be sold off. Wait, yo? Wait, yo? I love it. Alright, gosh. So this is as modern as it gets. I mean, if they told me this was another Picasso, I'd be like, okay, yes, I understand. These look like they're just 19th century landscape portraits, nothing too exciting. Portraiture, but instead that's more associated with cameos than with other things. Beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful. Piece, like, seascape. Looks like the super heavy brushstroke style. Makes me think it's supposed to be Impressionist, which means it's actually also, like, really contemporary. Yeah, I could pull it up and say it's like Turner or something, but that would be trolling a little bit. And then this is an odd one out. What's a fairly late Eastern Orthodox icon doing in this room? Very old portrait in the Byzantine style. I mean, so I disagree. This is not a Byzantine style. This is or I guess you could say this is like a late Byzantine style. This isn't like Justinian Byzantine. This is not like 6th, 7th century. This is more like 14th or onward century. That being said, the crown is about as stereotypically Byzantine as it gets. So, high-ranking, well, Mary. Let's just not mince words there. That do be a Mary. I don't care what it says, and the coloration is wrong, but the posing and the crowd says religious icon. Leaves in the wind. Portrait of a beheaded lady. The more prominent the headgear, the closer to the glory. I mean, yes. Don't worry about it. I mean, it's either that she has a second mouth, or that her throat got slit and it's filled the cup with blood, and is now healed miraculously. Obviously. The only two explanations. Anyway, I approve. Chat, if you're in the Discord, you know AC Esquire. If you know AC Esquire, the theory of good hats. The only proper way to rank civilization is on the quality of their headgear. Modernity is sorely disappointing. Departure. Valentine the Wolf has painted gulls migrating across the darkening sea. God's Gift. A human figure is silhouetted against a blazing sun. Okay, that I would have loved. Dr. Serena Blackwood. As above, so below. A framed page of illustrated vellum. Lord Monday. The Boy Prize. The Foundlings. Nope. A Sacrifice. A silent crowd watches a red priest drown a struggling victim in a bowl of rainbowed oil. I mean, it almost looks like a Goya or something. Eva de Wolf. And more books. And more ink. I have so much ink right now. I'm not sure I understand what I'm supposed to do with ink. Apart from, write letters. But I don't necessarily have anyone to write letters to right now. So I'm not sure what writing letters would do. Like, I can't reply to any letters if I don't have something to write. Quartz. Solomon Husher would take this every night without fail before sleep to close his ears to the sound of the waves. But on the 9th of January, 1838, a heavy snow fell on Hush House. When the other residents dubbed themselves out, Husher was nowhere to be found. He left a resignation letter and an undrunk measure of his preparation. Ambergris. Never, never, never call it whale vomit. It's because it's not vomit. Xanthotic. The rich gold of a summer afternoon, if sunlight precedes moonlight, St. Anselm observed, the mensicate must precede the madrigal, and the light that was lost will remain. Well, collector's edition. Back in the Dawn period, the Sister of the Triple Knot used this in the Rites of the Red Grail, and unlike the patch version, it has heart rather than grail. Thank you? Thank you. It seems to have both. It seems to be a very good drink. Uncatalogued book. They're all uncatalogued. Well, let's accumulate our uncatalogued books. Because we do have a lot of them right now. Xanthos is already, all we need to do is redden it and we will complete the great work. Uh-huh. Woohoo! More books. God, our backlog is getting pretty aggressive, I'm not gonna lie. Like, that's another, what, 8 books in our completely uncatalogued backlog? Oh gosh, there's even more. The bedchamber is a great place to store all them. I think that's fine. Or nighttime reading. And by reading I mean suffering. And also, soul card in your current bed to decamp. And in the meantime, keep going. So many books to put away. Gosh, we have collected a lot of books here, huh? Those are all cataloged, that's fine. Those are all cataloged, that's fine. Oh! Heck. There was one other thing that I didn't... There was one other thing that I have not done in my catalog. Chat, Does anyone know what my catalog is forgetting? Because it was kind of important. And I just fully do not have it. Let's do a curio period. Actually, let's move our things over, and then we'll catalog a book very quickly. As soon as it hits daytime. Soul, skill, and memory. There are challenges associated with various things there. Alright, it's daytime. I just got a bunch of stuff back. Let's catalog one of our Curio period books. With a Faust. And then we'll take a look at what we have. It is sunny again. So many sunny days. That needs Edge or Winter. Wow. Alright, let's recruit another friend then while we're here. Yeah. And drumroll. Drumroll. Ding. The new book. That is a name. Alright. Against the Sisters of the Knot and the foulness of their depraved customs. Let's just give ourselves some more space, because we're going to need it. Hieronymus. Pseudo-Hypnerotomachus. Pseudo-Hypnerotomachus. Pseudo Hypnerotomachus? Was that what I said? Hypnerotomachus. No. Hypnoteromachus? Nope, Hypnerotomachus. Hypneroto. There we go. Curio? Okay. Well, that fun and exciting name, its mystery flavor is Sky. Its mystery flavor was only 6. It was pretty easy. It was written in Greek, which is not a problem for us. Did it have a price point? It did. It had 2 price. 2. Not Church of the Unconquered Sun. Religion. There's no way anyone's gonna have a long... Don't say that. Who knows what will happen. So chat. I already said this catalog is missing something besides a lot of books. Anyone know what this is missing as like a very important thing? This is a good inventory, but it's not a very good catalog right now. You know what I forgot to add? We have our title, we have our author, we have our publication period, we have our mystery, we have our mystery strength, we have our language, we have the format, we have a tally price, when we remember to do it, we have some content tags, we've got a have we read it, and we've got conservation and restriction notes. The cataloger. I mean, that's good. Knowing who did the cataloging work is important, but no, we're missing something in this top row. We're missing an L. Can't wait for Against the Sister of Book 2 by Hieronymus Even Longer Namius. True. The problem is, right, it is... I mean, we don't have any provenance notes. Yes, I agree. Provenance notes would be good. The constraints of the video game mean we don't have any. Well, you should also probably have physical descriptions. You know, the color of the thing, stuff like that. None of that's happening either. Where the heck in the library is it? Where the heck in the library is it? Turns out it's an important one. Nope. Currently, because we're going to put this into the reading room. By the way, since we're going to put this into the reading room, it's going to be in the reading room, which makes that easy. But, shoutouts to vague Celtic noises. With a frickin' Trinity knot. Which, by the way, they imply, they have it previously implied, well, you know, actually, they don't really imply anything about whether this was an early Christian group that had some good old schism happening, or if this is pagan noises. But the triple knot is a Trinity knot, so that's just, you know, standard non-heterodox Christianity. Right there. I'm just saying. The Sister of the Knot is very much not well, yeah, I mean, okay. They just happen to have use a triple knot as their symbol. So then, vague Celtic paganism noises. We have very long and strong feelings about the vague quote-unquote Celtic paganism, because, you know, there was a whole Wrath of the Druid stream about it. There was a whole two Assassin's Creed streams where I invited several PhD students in Celtic studies to spend 18 hours losing their collective minds, and that was a good time. Also, Liquid History, it's good to see you. Love how you're coming to the chat 3 hours later and there's a spreadsheet. Look, I realized that our book cataloging game doesn't actually produce a catalog, it just kind of vaguely inventories them so they can be used. So because we are, like that, TM, I've decided to correct the game's oversight by creating a catalog. Oh, I know. I've just figured you'd appreciate the rundown. That we are continuing to share in instinct on we love XL more than is. Probably healthy. Oh, speaking of which, my catalog still sucks. Circulation, and I can delete that one. I need one more sheet. I need one more sheet here. I've got circulation data. I've got inventory and location data. There was something else I was going to add. We don't have a way to do provenance. Oh. We should have a sheet for our inventory and location for books, and for our not books. Because if you think for a single second that this absolutely beautiful 13th century statue does not belong in our catalog, you got a whole nother thing coming. I mean, I love it. Look at it. Smile, it's so happy. Does this create a usable spreadsheet for, playing the game? Probably not. Over here? Is this a Byzantine queen over here? Yes. Sort of. Lady Tryphon. In the Byzantine style. Past being very old though. We don't quite have the oomph for it. Let's take a look at that, see, I don't think that's old. I think that's actually post-Byzantine and just done up in the style. But we'll find out. It's certainly done up in the style. Handwritten card tucked into the frame reads sequester on site. Well, that's probably not good. Welp. That's probably not the best news. Unfortunately, I don't think we have an art jail. What is AV? Are there records too? Or wax cylinders? Oh, I got great news for you. We found... a movie camera. Which is great. Because Levinson, well... actually, because Governor Collars wanted to watch Buster Keaton films, the library has a film camera. And, furthermore, in the same room, we had a phonograph wax cylinder recording. In Deep Mandaic. Presumably about bugs. But recordings in the mountains near Baghdad. Also, fantastic medical poster. Love it. Eat your vegetables. That's another bedroom. That's another writing desk. How am I gonna do that? Ugh, Sky. Let's do some science. I'm sure... oh, heck, that's been running the whole time? Heck, I threw so hard. That's alright. We'll see what we can do. I've got Florence, that's fine. You have Grail and Moon, but mostly Grail. What can we do with Grail or Moon? Come on. Come on, give me one of these. Or Sky? Like, I'm not picky, just give me one of these. 7. Grail 7. Can I get you up to Grail 7? Do I have a good drink? Now, I'm not gonna say this is a stupid idea. I'm not gonna say this is a stupid idea. But I am going to say that I can, give the creepy nun a creepier doll, and we'll use both of those to suddenly have enough Grail to unlock yet another room. This room is rife with the climbing roses, tangled in the lamps sprawled across the table. The blossoms are a deep, deep red. One of those colors not often seen in waking life, and their perfume makes my head swim. Another of Van Loren's protections, or something else? In any case, it'll be arduous, careful work to clear it. Well, good thing we have a nun to help our problems. She is fiction. I mean, she's fictional. So no spoilers. But shoutouts to the plot of this game, or the lore of this game, for being like that. Refectory. Here, the whole curious meet the librarian, the secretary, Salvin, vigilant, and enigmatic. Sometimes even the secretary nuncient, though the duties of that office usually kept him away from the house. But there has only ever been one secretary persistent, and she has never liked to eat in company. That was in the good times of the curious heyday. In later years, the governor of the gaol would sit at one end, the librarian at the other. The clock would tick away the long silences between their words. Alright, Refectory. What have you got for me? Ah! I understand. It will be troublesome to index. Don't tell me that. The Hatted Lady. A mirror, an oddly dim mirror. A Maskwatch clock. A fireplace. We can burn things, if we felt like. And that's what we call contemporary. Now that's what I call contemporary art right there. Human figures crawl from a clamshell. Also, that was underwhelming. I'ma be real. I mean, yes, it leads to bigger and better things, obviously. Is that a printing? No, that's a laundry wringer. Boo. I thought for a second that was going to be a letterpress. I was going to be like, wow, that's amazing. But no, it's a laundry room. Let's knock our lantern. Well, alright. Can I do something with these? I wanted to invent... wanted to try and invent the... okay. Fine. Can't do anything with the... I can't actually do anything with this one. But that should work. Give me that. That'll give me... oh, heck. There. I can do that, and that gives me... 7. Annoyingly, I don't have... Let's create another lens with that, I guess. And hopefully that'll go fast enough. Though I kinda doubt it. Whee! Anywho. As much as I enjoy this, I'm afraid, chat, that this shall be our last night, for this stream. As it comes now to daytime. Dang nabbit. I missed it by Oh, I got it by a split second. That's amazing. Right, as much as I wish that we could simply do one more day. And then do one more day. And then do one more day. Because this game is worth it. And this is such a good, this is such a good, I just want to play one more day sort of game. However, I do have to work tomorrow. And it is currently 10 PM, so I think we shall have to call it a night here. That being said, this has been delightful. And also a huge success for the first stream of New Place. I'll figure out what the camera's doing before the next stream, to see if I can make that more stable. We'll figure something out. Speaking of, though, this is such a good expansion of the Cultist Sim gameplay loop. It's so good. Like, I didn't actually play Cultist Sim, so a lot of the quote-unquote, or a lot of the lore is, going over my head. But frankly, I don't care, because my job is to catalog books, and by Jove, I'm gonna have a good time doing it. I'm sorry, I could do this all day. I could just sit and catalog books, and I would continue to be happy about it. But sadly, no. We'll obviously be spending a lot more time with this, because I love it, and it's such a good chill game. But that's not going to be our next stream. Our next stream is going to be on Sunday, and we're going to pick up with more Blasphemous 2, because that's a game that came out, and it is very good. We're not going to be streaming this Saturday, because I'll be going out apple picking to actually celebrate my birthday. I mean, 2 days late, but that's fine. So we'll be back on Sunday with that. So I'll update the schedule page accordingly, and then we'll be back with more stuff either some evening if I feel like it, or next weekend. So I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, make sure you hit the follow button to be notified for everything. And we're going to fix the technical difficulties, and we're going to have a great time. So thank y'all for hanging out with me. And yeah, thank you, Hino, for hitting the follow button. You've been subbed, but apparently you've not been followed, so thank you for that. And yeah, until next time I see you, whenever that is, I hope y'all have a very good night, and I thank you all for the birthday well wishes, alright? Bye! Except, of course, we have to roll the credits. So, thank you, Terralingua, Gordon Lee 127, Jace Catholic Vibes, Legend of Moriad, Mid Lady, Odin Havoc, Stixel, Pixel Live, Harusa Cayman, Jakista, King Marilyn, Sarge Zilla, Hino, and Lizard in the Dark for the subs, resubs, and receiving gifted subs. So it is super appreciated. Hino and everyone else, have a good rest of your night.